Hey guys, I am Justin from Cooking with Coit, and I specialize in clean comfort cooking. And today I'm gonna show you how to make this beautiful black bean burger. This black bean burger is so delicious, you are not gonna miss the meat. Now let's get started. All right guys, so the first thing we need are 2 cans of black beans, and we're gonna go ahead and drain and rinse them. Look at how beautiful these beans are already looking. All right, so I'm gonna use a plate to get me back over there so I don't drip bean juice all over the ground. Here we go. All right, so next we're gonna take these beans, we're gonna spread them on this tray, and we're gonna dry them out in the oven a little bit. And the point of that is it's gonna really help the patties stick together. So you don't have to be too careful with this. Just spread them out kind of nice and evenly. Doesn't have to be perfect. So again, the goal here is just to take a little moisture out of the beans. So let's go ahead and pop them in the oven. All right, so the oven is set to 325 degrees, and we're gonna leave them in there for about 15 minutes. While the beans are drying out in the oven, now I'm gonna chop our vegetables. So we're gonna use 1/2 of this onion, and I'm gonna do just a basic dice on this guy. Now, a friend gave me a really good tip once. He saw me scraping the edge of the knife on the cutting board, and he said, if you do it that way, you're really gonna be dulling the blade of your knife. So if you're ever gonna move your vegetables to the side, all you have to do is flip the knife over and then use the back side. So now we're gonna move on to the bell pepper. Don't forget, we wanna take out this white part here and take out all the seeds. As I finish dicing this bell pepper, I just wanna go back through and make sure that I've got all the big chunks, because you don't want any really big chunks of bell pepper in your burger. Now we're moving on to 2 cloves of garlic. We're just gonna mince these guys. All right, so it's been 15 minutes. The beans are ready to be taken out. Check these out. So as you guys can see, these are looking perfect. They've dried out just a little bit, and you can see this white part right in here, and you can tell that's exactly the consistency we're looking for. All right, so we've set the black beans aside. Now we're gonna saute our veggies. Oil first. All right, just maybe 1 tablespoon of oil. Doesn't have to be exact. So we're gonna do the onions, bell peppers, and garlics all at the same time. Don't worry about the garlic burning. It's not gonna happen here because there's enough moisture in the onions and bell peppers. It's gonna be perfect. You hear that sizzle? Okay, let's toss in this garlic. We're gonna cook these veggies for about 5 to 6 minutes, just until they're softened. Okay, now the fun part begins. First, we're gonna take our softened, sauteed veggies, we're gonna dump them into our food processor here. So guys, if you don't have this fancy food processor, do not worry about it. A blender works perfectly here too, so don't stress. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add our flavor via the spices. We've got 1/4 teaspoon of this beautiful smoked paprika. We're gonna do 1 teaspoon each of our chili powder and our cumin. There we go. Maybe a little more, Perfect. Here's our cumin, 1 teaspoon. 1/2 cup of this delicious feta cheese. Now I love feta so much because it's a little salty too, so it's gonna bring a lot of the salt to the recipe, and you don't even really need to add it after. Okay, we're doing 2 eggs. Yes! Look at that. I'm getting so good at cracking eggs on camera. I'm so proud of myself. 2 eggs. Sticky hands a little bit. I need a rag. Okay, I'm back. Next up is these breadcrumbs. These are so important because together with the eggs, they're gonna act as a really beautiful binder to hold all the patties together. All right, here comes 1/2 cup. There we go. Next thing we're gonna do, and this is so important, Worcestershire sauce. This sauce gives these black bean burgers almost like this steaky, meaty vibe, but of course without any of the red meat. So we're gonna do 2 tablespoons of the Worcestershire sauce. Oh, and look how thick and beautiful that is too. Now, we're going to pulse. Here, let me just, now, we'll figure it out. Stay with me. Oh. Handle should be in the front. Now you know.
Come on, Cooking with Coit.
Cooking with Coit. We figured this out. Duh. All right, so we are going to pulse this veggie mixture. Okay, perfect. Let me show you how this looks. That's exactly the texture we're looking for. All right, now we're gonna add our dry beans. Okay, with just a pinch of salt and pepper. Maybe 2 pinches of pepper. Okay, so like before, we're just gonna pulse, and keep in mind, you don't wanna overly blend this mixture now with the beans in it because you wanna keep the burgers nice and chunky. And I am making sure that I am not getting rid of all of the beans. I want them to be chunky. All right, this is perfect. Take a look at this texture. We've got chunky bits of black beans. We've got some smooth black beans. Everything is looking like it's gonna stick together perfect. This is what we want. Now we're gonna form the patties. So I am grabbing about 1/3 cup to form each patty. And you gotta do this totally by feel. You don't have to be exact about it. It really comes down to like how big and thick do you want these black bean burgers to be. Okay, so what I'm doing is I am just rolling these guys into a ball, and then I'm just flattening the ball. That looks great. In my house, we love to eat meat, but it feels so good once in a while to take a little bit of a break. Let me know in the comments below if you guys feel the same. All right, now we're gonna add a little olive oil to a pan, and we're gonna grill these burgers for about 4 to 5 minutes on each side. All right, so these burgers are ready to flip. Let me see if I can do a flip here. Oh yeah, look, okay. So check this out. This is exactly what we want. It's looking nice and browned on the outside, just like a regular beef burger. Yes, these look and smell incredible. What I love about cooking these black bean burgers is that with meat, you'd have to be worried about whether you're gonna undercook them or overcook them, but these are all veggies and just a little bit of eggs, so you don't have to worry. All right, these burgers are totally ready to go. Now I'm gonna plate them and give them a taste test. All right guys, before I get to building this burger, if you've loved this video so far, please hit that like and subscribe button. All right, let's get to it. I'm gonna show you how I like to build my burger, but this is completely based on preference. You just need to do it however you like to. So what I do is add some butter lettuce on the bottom. Then I take my patty with some Monterey Jack cheese already melted on it. There we go. Then I add a slice of tomato. I'm gonna add a couple pickles on top. 3 to be exact. Then I add a little bit of grilled onions. And I don't mind if my burgers get a little bit messy and the onions and the pickles start to fall off. It is all good. Okay, last but not least, my favorite burger sauce, and this is Thousand Island. I'm gonna spread it right on the top part of this bun here. All right, here we go. And most important part of this burger is gonna be the squish. I like to just push it down just like that. Ah, perfect. If you guys love this recipe and wanna see more, check out my healthy recipes playlist. All right, time to take a taste test. Here we go. That Thousand Island over me. Oh, this burger is so, so good. This black bean burger is so delicious. I don't even miss the meat. It is packed with flavor. You guys gotta try this. See you on the next video.